Welcome to the 2023 Week 1 predictions with Valley Sports Talk. Different intro. I just told Brandon literally about 10 seconds before. So I guess Braden. I told Braden too, but Braden doesn't really matter what Braden has to say. He's just here for to be B-Fish. But this is not gonna count as episode 83. That'll be coming out on Saturday. That'll be just me and Brandon as far as I'm aware. No offense, Bray. Or not that we
No,
don't.
I gotta work, so
Ray's a bit busier than us right now. Me and Brandon start school the day you're watching this. So yeah, so it's gonna kind of be its own playlist. It's gonna have its own playlist. You can go find it if you want to go back for whatever reason and look in the past about our past picks for week one. But yeah, we got our week one predictions. Brandon's basically gonna take over the rest of this video with announcing the matchups, and we're gonna give our picks and probably just a really quick explanation to why.
Sounds good. Like Noah said, I'll announce the picks, and then since I'm going to be doing all that talking, I'll give my pick last, so that hopefully one of us agrees, and I don't have to say much. So on Thursday night, and in 2 days of you guys watching this episode, we kick off the season with the Detroit Lions heading down to Arrowhead to play the Kansas City Chiefs.
okay. Well, um, I don't know who's going first, but I guess I'll go first.
Just gotta claim it.
I think this one's actually kind of a close game, but I'm gonna put the Chiefs over the Lions. I mean, with Chris Jones sitting out right
Bold.
now on for money negotiations and stuff, kind of takes a hit on the O line. But
D-line,
is it D
D-line,
line? Is he D tackle? I thought he was
D
an O tackle.
tackle. It's a D tackle.
I thought he was an O tackle. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I just think since it's a home, little bit field a home advantage, Patrick Mahomes gonna come out slugging. I think we could probably see Kelsey going for like 5 touchdowns, it's more or less a joke, but I just think the Chiefs are just gonna be better, well built off for this first game of the season here coming up.
The only reason I am gonna go Chiefs is based because it's in Arrowhead. I think Arrowhead is one of the hardest stadiums to play at. I think the Chiefs, even though they are good, I think they have some of the best fans in the league. If this was anywhere else, Super Bowl, neutral site, Lions, I would take the Lions, honestly. I'm really high on the Lions coming into this year. I think they're gonna take that.
Mhm.
I don't think I had them taking the NFC, what is that, NFC North, people?
NFC
Yeah.
North.
I didn't have them taken, but I have them in the playoffs for the first time in a couple of years. I just like the Chiefs at home a bit more than I like the Lions on the road, which is
Yeah,
basically on the opinion.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same as Noah. I got Chiefs, and the biggest reason is because it's in Arrowhead. Uh, I mean, it should be a high scoring game. The total is the highest total of any game this week, 54.5. Last time we saw Jared Goff and Patrick Mahomes face each other, it was a very high scoring close game. So I'm expecting another one of those. But yeah, Arrowhead is definitely a big factor. So I'll go Chiefs as well. Leading us on to the Sunday games, we have the Houston Texans traveling to Baltimore to face the Ravens.
This is really even a no-brainer.
I don't know. Some
Um,
people,
uh,
CJ Stroud, baby.
Yeah, that's true. The kid's definitely got some talent, but the team's not all well put together yet. They'll probably end up being the second last team right by the Arizona Cardinals this season, is what it's looking like. So I'm going with the Ravens. I don't think I really need to explain it too much. I think Lamar Jackson's going to come in. I'm going to say that I'm kind of excited to see Zane Flowers play. I think he might actually produce some numbers that people don't really expect this year, for especially the fact that he is considered wide receiver one. Um, who's their running? Is Dobbins still the running
I
back?
think he's healthy right now.
Is he healthy? Oh.
Won't be
Yeah.
healthy for long, but he's healthy right now.
Yeah. So there's not really much potential there. More Jackson will do most of the running anyways. But yeah, that's my pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay boring. I'm gonna go Ravens. CJ Stroud didn't really impress me in the preseason, and I think he'll be even more not nervous, but obviously it's his first real start. I mean, you can count the preseason. That's not a real that game doesn't mean anything. It's just sort of getting the jitters out, feeling it out. He didn't really impress me. That being said, the Ravens are a good team. I do, however, have them missing the playoffs, just by a smidgen. Uh, but yeah, I think the Ravens, and I do agree with Braden. I think Zay Flowers is easily the running back number one. It's
Wide
whether
receiver.
Wide
it's
receiver
whether,
one.
sorry, thank you. It's whether or not Lamar can sufficiently target him and feed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zay Flowers is going to be a beast. I think I'm also going to pick the Ravens. It's kind of
Boring.
interesting. I know we'll debate later, but this one it's the highest favorite of the week. I think it's kind of hard to not pick the Ravens. It's in Baltimore. You got CJ Stroud his first game, like Noah said. Baltimore's got a pretty good defense. He's going to be under pressure quite often, so I think it's going to be a tough game for him. First game of his career, so. Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be interesting. I think the main reason people are going to watch this game is one to see CJ Stroud's NFL debut, and then we also want to see how does that wide receiver break out? Like, how is Zay Flowers the true number one? How does Odell play in this offense after missing the last like year and a half? Um, so yeah, Baltimore's going to be interesting to watch this year. So this game's definitely worth tuning in just to see how the first part of it plays out, anyways. Next we got Noah and Braden's favorite teams going head to head. We got the Carolina Panthers traveling to Atlanta to play the Falcons.
Okay.
You want to go ahead?
Well, I'm not to be unbiased here because this is my team, but also at the same time, I got to think ethically, right? And to put it in perspective, I think the Atlanta Falcons are actually going to win this game. I'm only saying that
Damn.
because the Panthers are having a little bit of trouble with their offense. A lot of their guys are hurt right now with like minor setbacks of injuries, which I don't think they're going to have their full starting kind of lineup for week 1 on the offense, which I think is just gonna kind of set them back a little bit to produce points. Where I think that the Falcons are a little bit more well put together in that fact. And between defenses, I'm not really too sure, so I'm not going to comment on that. But just from perspective in my eyes, I think the Falcons are going to win coming into week 1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be biased in this thing, but I'm also taking my Atlanta Falcons. I just think that they're a bit more headed in the contention window. I think they're starting to get out of their rebuild, which they've been in since they lost the Super Bowl there. I do think the Carolina Panthers are on their way up, but I don't think it's
Mhm.
as of right now. I just think the Falcons are slightly ahead of them in the rebuild process, so I will take Atlanta in this one.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go Atlanta. We will disagree soon, I promise. But yeah, I mean, I do like I'm not gonna say I like. I think both these teams are pretty even. Some deciding factors are it's in Atlanta, which definitely helps. Atlanta's defense has gotten a lot better over the last 2, 3 years. And personally, I just think I mean, I know both teams are young, but at least the Falcons have had a lot of players on their offense, like Kyle Pitts and oh my God, what's the wide receiver's name there? I'm
Drake
blanking.
London.
Drake London, at least, yeah, there he is. He's right there. At least they've had some play time, right? I mean, Carolina's pretty young. They got a lot of rookies going out there. So I feel like that week 1 might hurt them a little bit if when this matchup happens again, it might be a different result. But for week 1, I'm gonna get Atlanta. Next, we have Cincinnati traveling to Cleveland to face the Browns.
Mhm. Well, we're probably going to be, well, we might have some different
I'll jump
opinions.
in. I'm gonna go Cleveland in this one.
Oh,
I
There
think
we go.
I think that I think
You
Joe
idiot.
Burrow I think Joe Burrow might come out a bit slow. I don't think it's gonna last all season and probably might even last the first half.
oh, that's right. He was
He
injured.
hasn't practiced. He didn't play in a single preseason game. Um, I don't think there's really going to be rust for Joe Burrow. I just think that he might start a bit slow. And I think that I don't like I mentioned that Cleveland's going to be last in the AFC. I don't even know what freaking division, AFC South, I think. I think they're
Oh,
gonna,
wait, South, yeah, it is.
I
Is it
think
the
they're going to
South?
finish last, but I do expect them to be better than last year. I expect Deshaun to sort of bounce back a little bit. And yeah, basically the only reason I'm taking Cleveland is I do think that the Cincinnati is going to come a bit slow in the first half, and don't think they'll be able to fully get back into it. But I think they should be rolling by week 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm going with the Bengals. I know like with like how in training camp Joe Burrow, what was the injury? Was it his knee or something?
Half,
Or was it a calf?
half.
Calf strain? Yeah, so I don't know. I think there's gonna be a bit of slow, like you said, slow momentum coming into this one, but I don't think it's gonna stop the Bengals from taking the W on this one. But I also what I find with Deshaun is that he's just trying to get comfortable back in the position after only playing what like 4 games last season.
I think he
And
played
coming in
about
as
7 or 8.
did he play 7 or 8?
I
Was
think
it
he
week?
back week 10, so and depending on when they had their bye.
Oh, okay.
Could be
But I
wrong.
don't know. I've just been kind of just watching it a little bit during like well I can't really say much but preseason snaps, and it's just some little bit of hiccups he's got to work out, which I think will kind of show in this game, which might actually that the Bengals be able to take advantage on defense.
See, Noah kind of took the words out of my mouth. I'm gonna take the Browns as well, even though I have the Browns finishing last in the AFC North. I think again, I know we've been saying it for every team, but playing at home week one does have its advantages. Joe Burrow doesn't really worry me just because he's basically missed every preseason he's ever had in his career. He's always looked decent in week one. But the Browns fans are going to be loud. Let's be honest; they haven't had much to look forward to the last what 20 years, and
Since that time they made the wild card.
and they got a good team this year that and these fans are expecting their team to contend. There's going to be a lot of energy to there's going to be yeah they might be wrong but in they do got a good team they're not wrong there, so I feel like they're going to come out hot. I feel like this might be a high scoring game. I do think it's going to be close, but I think the Browns might pull it out at the end. So we got our first disagreement there. Good to see. Next we have the San Francisco 49ers traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers.
Ooh.
Two high-powered defenses here. Brock Purdy versus Kenny Pickett, two second-year quarterbacks. I will take the worst quarterback of the two in Brock Purdy and the 49ers in this game. Just based off, I think that defense is honestly going to be hard for some teams to beat. I think that this it could be a team that for the first time since I think Baltimore did it a couple years ago. I think they could keep a team defense average of under 10 points a game. They're that good of a defense, so I'm gonna take the 49ers.
Okay. I'm also going 49ers. Now, I don't think that this game, I feel like this game's going to be a little bit closer than we think, even though that we have, like you said, a powerhouse of both defenses. The 49ers a little bit more. I could see I'm kind of going to make a prediction right now that I think that Bosa goes for about 3.5 sacks.
Is he playing? Is he
Bosa?
playing? I know he's holding out for contract right now,
Is
but
he holding out for contract?
I don't know
Did I
if he's
miss
full
that?
holdout. I don't know if he's. I know he's definitely not happy. He hasn't got a contract yet. I don't know if he's in a full holdout though.
I don't think
I'll
so.
look it up.
Yeah, look that up for me because I didn't hear about that. Okay, well maybe I'll put that prediction on hold then because apparently I might be wrong here, but I'll keep rolling with it. Brandon, you can move on here and give us your prediction.
I'm going to stick on a couple trends here. I'm going to stick on disagreeing with Braden, and I'm going to stick on picking home teams as I have this whole list so far. I'm going to go with the Steelers
You're
actually.
disagreeing with both of us.
Yeah, but
I love I'm the only one that
no, I know, but
a
I got to
lone
keep on
wolf
a
in this
trend.
one.
I haven't kept on a trend of disagreeing with you. This is my first time, so I'm keeping on a trend of disagreeing
Yeah.
with Braden. Um, Again, you guys make great points. Two great defenses. I've kind of said it the last couple of times we've talked about football on the podcast, where I do think Brock Purdy is better than the last overall pick. Obviously, he's shown it, but I'm still not totally convinced. Um, just because the last couple games of the season where he did step in and play, yes, they won every game, but if you look at the matchups, they weren't that difficult. Yes, it's NFL matchups; they're all difficult, but in standings wise, they weren't that tough. And also, you saw a back half of the season for Kenny Pickett that was really good. And some of those games were tough teams that they were sticking with. So I'm going to say I actually believe a little bit more in Kenny Pickett going into this game than I do Brock Purdy. And if one of these two quarterbacks is going to beat a good defense, I think it's going to be Kenny Pickett in week one.
Um,
So
just
Pittsburgh.
to just under there, Nick Bosa has been on a holdout through all of training camp, and he still currently is. So his status is in jeopardy.
Okay, so it's unknown for week one.
He'll probably play.
It's in
But
jeopardy. They don't. They
Oh.
don't. They don't expect him to suit up. Is what the
One thing I want to say before we go on from the Steelers is that I'm excited to see George Pickens play this year. It's gonna be I got a good feeling. I just have that weird gut feeling about him that I think that he's actually gonna do really well this year with Pickett.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing with him though is he's so flashy. I don't think he's going to get a ton of targets. I think he's going
I
to
actually I completely disagree with that. I think he's the wide receiver one.
really.
Yep.
See,
That's
I think he's gonna have a big year.
I think he's the third option.
Next
no.
to who? Deontay. Deontay Sir drops a lot.
Yeah, and
Firemouth.
and and Frymouth, yeah.
I think if we're talking just wide receivers, I'm putting George Pickens fantasy and situational value over Deontay.
Fantasy, he might be one. I think targets and yards, he'll be two. But he might get those deep threat touchdowns, which will boost a lot of points. Anyways, disagreement, fun stuff. Next we have one of the bigger spreads, which kind of surprised me to be honest, even though we all think Arizona's not going to be great. They're heading to Washington and they're 7-point underdogs.
Yeah, I think
Oh yeah.
I think that's a fair underdog. I think the Commanders are not as bad of a team as everybody's saying. I don't have them obviously making the playoffs, but I think Arizona has potential to not win a game all year. I think they're that bad.
Kyler's going to play for like
I don't even know. There was some things coming out today that they might hold them out throughout the whole year.
That's what I heard
I heard
too.
a lot of.
that'd be silly.
Well, that's why they went and trade for Dobbs.
We can talk about this after anyway. On the podcast that goes out Saturday, me and Brandon about this, but like I said, they might hold Kyler out all year. So right now they don't even know who their starting quarterback is. They haven't announced it yet. They have Dobbs and Clayton Tune, the rookie, running with the first team in practice. Both of them interchanging. I honestly think that Arizona is tanking for the number one pick. There's no doubt about it. So I'm easily going to take the Commanders in this. I'm saying easily, and then Arizona's going to go out and win. After I just said I wouldn't be shocked if they lost every game. But yeah, I'm going Commanders heavy favorites here.
Same.
See, I'm also going Commanders, but I kind of disagree that they should be heavy favorites. Yes, they are tanking, but it is going to be like Sam Howell's. Yes, he did play one game last year, but it's going
And
to
he
be a
was
second
great.
game. He was great. I have him in fantasy. I believe in the guy, but we got to be real. We got to be real. There could be some mishaps there. And yes, Arizona's quarterback is a question mark, but you as a general manager and a front office, you can tank, but players are out there trying to have the best stats possible to get contracts for the future, right? And this Arizona offense is still pretty good. You still got James Conner, who's proven himself year in year out. He's not great by any means, but he's decent. You also got Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown. He's proven himself as well. You got a decent tight end room where I don't know if Zach Ertz will play week one, but even if he doesn't, you got McBride, who's shown flashes. And with the Commanders, Scary Terry, it's not certain if he'll play with that turf toe, and even if he does play week one with turf toe, he won't be 100% healthy by any means, and it's hard to get a good step off with that foot. And so, I mean, it just you never know, right? It could happen either way. I'm still picking Commanders, but I just don't think it should be a blowout like they have it. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings.
I'm gonna go mini. I know Brandon's not high on them. He doesn't make the playoffs. I still think they're gonna be a great team. I think they're gonna make playoffs, number one seed in the NFC North.
North.
I'm not good at divisions, but
I somewhat am.
Jay Jets, Madison is a bit of a question mark. Their defense did improve. Minnesota's that is, and Baker is gonna do Baker things. I still think that Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are being criminally underrated. They were able to do it with Jameis Winston, so I don't see why they won't be able to do it with Baker Mayfield. But that being said, I'm still gonna take the Vikings in this one.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take the Vikings too with this one too. With Tampa Bay, the situation's kind of it's a toss, right? Well, like you said, Baker's gonna do bigger things, but you also what I've seen too is that Mike Evans is like looking to seek a trade at some point.
I don't
I
think
don't
he is. I think that if they're not doing well, they might seek a trade.
Oh, okay, for draft picks and stuff. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. but I'm excited to see kind of how Kirky plays. Justin Jefferson, obviously, top five fucking wide receiver. It's not even
Top five,
funny. Top five. Well,
top one.
top one, top five. Well, I don't know who's gonna be a number one. That's gonna be up in the air until we get a good look at it this season. But yeah, Minnesota.
I also got Minnesota. I don't know what to think of Tampa Bay. They're just a huge wild card. I like Noah said though, I think their offense is getting criminally underrated. Like other than Tom Brady, Mike Evans has never really had a good quarterback, and he's always looked good. Um, Chris Godwin is such a good wide receiver that he'll get open regardless of what happens. And Tampa Bay still has a decent defense, so it should be somewhat close. It's all about Baker, really, like you guys said, Baker will be Baker. But Kirk will also be Kirk, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go Minnesota as well, though. Kirky Kirk. Next we have Jacksonville and Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'm not gonna think. I keep saying I'm not gonna think too hard, and I'm gonna get all these wrong. I'm going with the Jags. I do think that Anthony Richardson will be a good quarterback. Always, I said the same thing as CJ Stroud's first NFL game. There's gonna be first game jitters, no matter how much of a competitor he is. There's gonna be jitters there. That's just life. That's just how you react to sports, you know. That being said, I like the Jags offense this year. They got lots of weapons around Trevor Lawrence, and I think their defense is sort of underrated. They have some ballers on that side of the field. Um, and yeah, I think Indy's going to be bad again this year. But hey, Jags.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll be floating in the same boat with you again. Not sinking at this point.
Climb the raft, Bray.
Yeah, not sinking like Noah's Ark. But so that's the thing again. First week jitters, rookie quarterback, my quarterback.
Here's
And
that.
I'm excited to see how he evolves during the season because the Colts have potential down the road, but it's going to be kind of hard right now with trying to work stuff out. But with all that's around Trevor Lawrence, and like you said, their defense is kind of like underrated a bit. Which I agree on that part. But I just you should trade me Calvin Ridley, and I'm going with the Jags.
Not going to talk under the Jags are going to win this game. Not going to be close. Last 1 o'clock game is the Tennessee Titans and New Orleans Saints.
I don't even know what to pick for this one.
I'm gonna go Titans. I just think Derek Carr is gonna have a bit of a rough time in that offense. You know, you have a Olave, you never know you're gonna get Michael Thomas, Jamal Williams. Um, Obviously Kamara's not there. I just like the Titans a bit more in this matchup.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I really don't know what to pick for this one because
Brandon, you go ahead and say yours. We'll break things.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'll give Braden the counterpoint. I'm gonna go with the Saints. You said you don't know what you get out of Michael Thomas. You do know what you get out of Michael Thomas. He's gonna play 3 games. He's gonna be good for those 3 games, and he's gonna get hurt. So he's gonna play good
Oh,
this game.
oh, I know what that's about.
He's gonna play good this game. Olave is gonna play good this game. Derek Carr, I don't think it's gonna take him any time to get used to an offense. He's just an average guy. He's gonna be average, and he's gonna be just enough to get them through this game, I think.
Hmm. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Oh, you sold him better than I did.
I really don't know what to expect out of this one. I just with both offenses and the way that things are kind of gonna go, I think I'm just gonna just take the Titans on kind of just like a personal standpoint.
Fair enough. Moving on to our 425 games, we got the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears.
I'm gonna go Bears. I think basically based off the quarterback situation. I do think Jordan Love's gonna be a fine quarterback, but I'm just gonna keep going off the first game jitters. I know it's not as technically his first game. But I'm just gonna take the more explosive offense, if you will, in the Bears.
Mm. I think no, I think I'm gonna go with the Packers actually. I don't think Jordan Love's gonna have those first game jitters actually. But you also have to contain Justin Fields from moving the ball with his legs. Fortunately, we all know, yeah, he's a great runner and all that shit. But I just think that Green Bay might actually come out of this one with a dub. Just got that weird gut feeling.
I don't know. I think Braden may be the smartest person out there. I can't disagree with anything he said. I think Justin Fields will probably have a pretty good game. He normally Green Bay struggles against the run, especially mobile quarterbacks, but he'll even it out by throwing 2 picks, so it'll be okay. The Green Bay does have a pretty good defense, a passing defense, so I think it'll even out there. And I do agree. I think Jordan Love might be a little shaky, but until Green Bay doesn't own the Bears, I'm going to pick Green Bay in this matchup. Another division rival here. We got the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos.
Broncos country, let's ride. I don't know. It's just I don't think the Broncos can be any worse than they were last year, and somehow I think they were still better than no, they weren't. But anyways, I don't think it can be any worse than last year, and I think they only lost to the Raiders by like 1 or 2 games, and I think that getting better means that Vegas is going to get worse. So let's ride.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Mr. Walter Peyton Manning Award, Russell Wilson and Broncos country. Let's try.
Yeah, I got 2 words to announce my pick, and it's
I got 2 words for you.
and it's let's ride.
Let's
Next we got the Miami Dolphins and the LA Chargers.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go with the Dolphins on. Actually, no, wait.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I'm going with the Chargers on this one.
I like it.
I'm going bold.
I don't think that's bold. They're favorites.
Are they? I thought that was bold. No, I just I'm not saying because like of the offense on Miami. It just I got this feeling with Herbert.
Just got a feeling there.
And I just got that feeling. And yeah, I'm just gonna go with I'm going with the Chargers on this
Brandon,
one.
is it in LA?
It is in LA.
There's my reasoning.
The first team I say in every matchup is the away team. The second team I say is the home team. Yeah, Chargers are gonna win. Let's not talk about it. The LA Rams.
5 concussions.
The LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks.
Gonna be minority. I'm gonna go Seahawks. I'm just kidding. I'm going Seahawks, but I'm not in the minority.
They are 5.5 favorites.
Seahawks stadium is one of the hardest to play at just because of how passionate the Seahawks fans are. So yeah, there's my reasoning.
I'm also going Seahawks, mostly because of the fact that I do like to see how Geno Smith has come along so far in his career since Russ has left the Seahawks for the Broncos. I do really I like how Tyler Lockett's a deep threat downfield. If he gets open, you know that he's catching the ball. I always notice that he doesn't like to get tackled, which is fine because he never gets hurt. And I know that the Rams are kind of dealing with some injuries and all that too, so this might be a rough one to start them out with this year.
Yeah, I'm also going to pick Seahawks for all the reasons you guys mentioned. Braden kind of touched on it, but didn't fully go into it, so I'll just add the point that Cooper Kupp is
probably not
100% sure to play, so we should definitely take that into consideration. We got the Eagles and the Patriots.
I'm gonna go Eagles. Even though they are the away team, I just think they're a better team all around. It'll be interesting to see how Zeke gets put into that Patriots offense, but I think Mac Jones is just a mid quarterback. And I think Jalen Hurts is an elite quarterback.
Yeah, I don't even have to. You pretty much took the words out of my mouth. I'm going with the Eagles too.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to have the second best record in the NFC this year.
What do you put the 49ers
favorites first? The Cowboys. Multiple favorites lose every week, and I haven't picked many. So I'm going to go the Patriots. I think if there's a trap game, this is one of them. It's in New England. Bill Belichick is a masterclass. And that Patriots defense is really good. So I do agree with Noah. I do think Mac Jones is very, 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 very mid. I think he won't have. I don't think if Bill Belichick can do it right, they might not have to put up too many points to win this game. Our Sunday night game, we have the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I will
think I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. No reasons, just Cowboys. America's team.
I kind of wanna go down. I'm gonna go with the Giants just
boy.
out of
I like it.
spite of you.
I like it,
boy.
Brig. Not because
Just
Spider-Man,
and
just like it.
you know what, the Giants have come a long way in their offense and their whole team in general. I remember times where they were the not best team in the NFC, and they come a long way from that. So I think they're going to put up a good fight. And Danny Dimes is going to run a 90-yard run and then fall down again.
Fall down, brother.
It's very possible. I just said I have the Cowboys with the best record in the NFC, and to do that, you can only lose about 3 games all year. So I'm gonna have to give them the win in this one. I'm going Cowboys.
Final game?
I think this will be a very close game, though. Moving on to our last game of the week, our Monday night special. We have the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets.
This is a perfect Monday night game.
Great Monday night game. It is in Buffalo. However, I'm gonna go.
It is in New York.
Oh,
No, I was going to say it's in New York.
even more of a reason
Buffalo's
to
the
pick Jets.
favorite.
Buffalo is a 2.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Jets are winning. Mark it down.
No, Bills Mafia.
Yeah, you bandwagon.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
guess I'll be the decider. And
Going
if
Jets.
if you'd watched previous episodes, you've heard that I have the Jets winning the division. But I also said the Jets might get off to a 3-3 start and still be fine. I'm gonna go Buffalo week 1.
Nope.
And then I think the Jets are going to turn it on after this loss. But I do think it's a great Monday night game. It's going to be super close. I do think the Bills take this one, though. Mark my words, when they meet in Buffalo, New York's winning, though.
There you have it. Week 1 picks. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and me and Brandon will see you on Saturday for the normal recording. Peace.
See ya.